Do you guys like use a French press? You like a pour over into a Chemex?
I do a little of everything, man. And actually, I've gone back to, I found at Goodwill, I found like a 1980s Mr. Coffee.
Yeah.
Dude, that is so
And so
dope.
I picked it up and it still works. You know, I descaled the inside of it. And
Right.
It's,
I get
yeah,
that.
I mean, it's like coffee from when I was a kid. It's great.
That's awesome.
You know, I'll do a Diet Pepsi in the morning.
I didn't start drinking coffee until my mid-30s. Hated it. And then I drink 2 black cups every morning now.
So, you know, as you know, my wife works long hours and I don't. So we were laying in bed one night and she was working and I put on Reacher from on Amazon, you know, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to really enjoy this very much, but you know, I mean, you guys know I like a well-built man, you know, and I thought I'd watch it, you know, and
What was the dude's name at the Tennessee bar?
Joey.
Like, can I touch Billy? Can I touch your muscles?
His name's Joey.
Can I touch your
Can I
muscles?
touch your muscles?
yeah,
Dude, at least you asked. Some people just grab muscular
That's right.
people. So
I asked.
He said, yeah, he didn't care.
I don't remember if I touched him or not.
You did.
It's not important.
I was there.
It was super timid.
Maybe. I don't know.
Mike and I we were all a little tipsy that night.
Anyway,
Is Joey a listener? Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, Mike.
No,
is it not?
I don't think he is.
chances are not great.
He's probably still working out.
Yeah, that's right. He's at the gym. Why am I talking to you about Reacher? Oh, yes, because black coffee. Reacher drinks his coffee black. I do not. But from now on, my wife always goes, "You gonna have your coffee black, like Reacher?" Always like, no.
Do you follow Alan Richardson on Instagram? He's very fun follow. He's very positive.
No.
Sings songs.
Richmond?
Richardson. Alan Richardson.
I don't think that's his name.
Uh-oh.
I don't fucking know. Hang on. Now I gotta look.
Okay.
Richardson. It's Alan Richardson. Sorry.
Boom. Session's over.
All right. Good podcast, guys. I'll talk to you guys next week.
Right.
Everybody enjoy episode 20.
Is this episode 20?
This is episode
It
20.
is.
That's a big
2-0.
round number right there.
2-0.
Oh my gosh, we've not made a big deal about this at all.
No.
Not to each other, not to anyone else. But happy 20 episodes, guys. This is a big accomplishment. How long have we been doing this now? Like, 4 months or something?
20 days.
Yeah.
20 days.
20 days.
We recorded
Ho.
these. We recorded every episode in a month and a half, and now we're just releasing them slowly.
It actually has. It's got to have been like, what, 3 months? Yeah, 3 or 4 months.
We launched
dates.
on September 27th.
3.5.
I think.
Yeah, 3.5. September 26th.
September
Yeah.
26th.
Man, I should write that down. Our anniversary date.
Here's how you guys can remember. We've gone over this before. If it's my birthday, it's our podcast anniversary.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Donnie,
Really?
you
It's on your
celebrate-
birthday?
Donnie gets to celebrate 2 things.
I think this is the 4th time we've discussed it on the podcast, but yes, we
Have we?
really started
Our listeners probably know that. Our listeners are probably like, "Man, you guys are idiots."
We don't drink.
You probably edited them all out, Mike. That's the problem. So they didn't really exist.
I am pretty brutal in the booth. I'm brutal in the booth, I've been told.
Brutal in the
By
booth.
myself.
If it's not good, it doesn't make the air. You're no prisoners, man. If it's not good, it doesn't make the air.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, sure. So many times I try to do that. There's plenty of not good stuff that makes it in.
Well, but we don't want a 15-minute podcast, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations last week on your exemplary troll kill. I was listening back and, boy, that was a brutal moment when the flame orb missed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
didn't do
that
anything.
sucked.
That sucked.
That triggered the regeneration, and that was tough. Chris, take me back to that moment. How was that for you?
It was a little frustrating, but we had other sources of fire. We've got a handy inventor who doesn't care who he explodes on, apparently.
Yeah, that was something. Harrim, man, Brad, you thought seriously of killing Harrim? I don't blame you. He's pretty annoying. But
No, yeah. So I think I did Harrim a dirty. Like as a player, I don't like him, but I mean, Mitch had, his little one-on-one session with him after the dream sequence. So I think there is some mutual respect there, but there's some also fucked up shit that, went through Mitch's head when Harrim hit the ground, with all the dream sequence stuff. So,
well, with how poorly the fight started, I kind of thought, you were thinking that you wanted to explode so that you could then do an attack without any multiple attack penalties.
Correct,
your third action.
Yep.
And you were thinking at the time that could have meant the difference.
Yeah.
So
right.
I get it.
And I think we're left with someone holding the 0 condition, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Brad.
Yep.
Brad, who always takes one for the team with you guys.
Yeah.
He's our, have we tracked how many 0 checks have been used by everybody?
I've taken 2, and I think Donnie took one.
Donnie's used it
I
once.
put out a fire with mine.
I had one.
Right.
Or the Deuce had one.
Did he?
Yeah.
Deuce.
Yeah, the Deuce had one in the second episode.
Okay.
Remember that guy?
No,
Brad said he went back and listened to episode 1.
I did. Yeah.
What did you think of episode 1 now that we're at episode 20? We're,
Right. It's a big deal. There's a lot of foreshadowing. It's interesting. Like, the whole interaction with Tartuccio and everyone at our table that we, got influence with. There's more to come, now that Jathel's peeking her head back into the story. It's fun stuff. Yeah. Definitely like a bunch of nervous kids though on like first day of school. Like we were all kind of shy until the Deuce
wanted to
started
jump
doing
out
the Deuce.
the window.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave my body rather than do that first episode. But
And we dabbled in podcasts before and, so we thought we knew what we were doing, but the whole first 2 episodes, I had my microphone backwards.
Yeah.
And it's noticeable. Yeah.
That's valid.
well, it was a new mic.
Yeah. Right.
And we did a sound test, but we just didn't catch it somehow. I don't know how that happened, but
Anyway.
whatever.
We're pros now, though, so don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, right. Guys, are your mics the right way?
It's on the checklist.
It's on the
It's on the
checklist.
checklist, Mike.
Oh yeah, we have a checklist now. We're so legit.
I'll try to upload my entire audio file this time, Mike. Sorry about that.
Gosh,
Gee, that's a nightmare.
Panic.
I don't want to go too deep into our method to do all this because it would be boring. But I dropped in to do the edit for last episode, and half of Donnie's track was missing, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know that we can get that back somehow." And luckily, it was on Donnie's computer. So, that story about, have you ever heard that Toy Story 2 got saved by a finicky artist that just sort of backed the whole thing up on her own computer or something? Is that true, or is that just a story?
I've heard it before, so it's got to be true.
Yeah, I think
It was on the internet, Mike, and you know how that means.
I feel like it was Monsters Inc., but yeah, same. Maybe it was Toy Story, but yeah, somebody was like, I'm just gonna copy these files, and it's a good thing they did.
Donnie, that's you.
That's
okay.
me.
Well, okay, so the dust is sort of clearing now with this troll. Ikundeo is here. He's breathing heavily. His dog has come up to him, licking his hands and his face and kind of jumping up on Ikun. And Ikun approaches the freshly slain corpse of the troll and stands over it.
I think Mitch is going to just stand next to Ikundeo and say, is this the troll that you fought? Just to make sure like this isn't like his brother or his cousin troll and the other dude's around somewhere.
Right. So Ikun motions to these 2 bracers that the troll is wearing. And you look down and they're kind of this bluish grayish leather color. You've never seen it before. Or if you have, this is pretty advanced stuff. And Ikun says, "Look, wyvern hide.
Ooh.
Yes, this is the troll that I fought. He's part of a group that all wear the same hide."
Okay. How big of a group?
Yeah.
Ikun faces the troll corpse again for a couple moments, almost as if entranced, and then he turns to look up at Mitch, and he just says simply, "Have you heard of Gragglebeard's Reavers?"
Have I?
Make a society check.
Oh, it's a 19 on the die. It's a 28.
You've heard tell of a hill giant somewhere in this region.
Say Cragglebeard?
Gragglebeard.
Gragglebeard. My bad.
You've heard tell of a hill giant named Gragglebeard that leads a war band of other trolls and giants and things like that. But aside from just that bit of knowledge, you don't really know. But what Ikun will tell you is that Gragglebeard is a dangerous hill giant who wears hide armor made from a wyvern. You can see bits and pieces on this troll. His reavers are mostly ogres who admire or fear him, and they all wear bits and pieces of wyvern armor, but only Gragglebeard is allowed to wear a full suit. The reavers have been moving through the wilds of the river kingdoms for years, targeting small, isolated settlements for total destruction. They leave none alive so that there's no threat of reprisal and no witnesses. So naturally, word doesn't get around of their existence. They missed me when they destroyed Bristlehill, and I intend to make them pay for that mistake.
Where is Bristol Hill?
That's Bristlehill, Mitchell.
Bristol. T is pronounced.
Is it?
In my tongue.
Oh.
Yeah, my native tongue. We pronounce our T's. And our K's and knife.
Is that your Bravoy accent coming through, I see?
Don't mock me.
It could be Bristol Hill, I guess.
How's it spelled?
Like bristle.
It's Bristle.
Like it sounds.
Bristlehill.
Look, I live in Tennessee where they mispronounce everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like Lafayette.
Lafayette. Bristlehill. Where's Bristlehill, you ask him? He goes, it's a former settlement far to the south. He explains it's not in the stolen lands, but that the reavers have been now making moves up into the stolen lands. And that they, there's this roving band of, again, just these destructive giants and ogres and trolls. And he apparently was a citizen of this Bristlehill settlement that was totally destroyed by these giants. Ikun will roll the troll over with much effort, and he'll reveal this satchel, kind of a fanny pack that the troll was wearing, and he'll drag it out from under the corpse and just throw it to the ground. He'll say, "Thank you for the help. Here, take this."
You helped, man. Part of that's yours.
He nods.
How big are the bracers? How big are the bracers that troll's wearing?
Yeah, you can take those off too. It's bits of wyvern hide, not enough to make armor, but you can harvest it and maybe someday combine it. You'd have to kill a lot more of these reavers.
Well, I'm thinking
to get a full suit.
Well, I'm thinking this creature's large, right?
Yeah,
and if you can wear it on his wrist, maybe like I could wear it as a belt. Does that work out?
That's what I'm saying. Like, could I harvest the bracers from him and then have Brad craft them into bracers for me?
There you go. For all of us, those big bracers, guys.
I mean, it's not like, all right, sure. I guess you could wear them as a belt.
It's going to be like flavor bracers.
Yeah, you can have some flavor bracers.
Fine, Mike, we won't do it.
Does anybody detect any it's from a wyvern. Is there any magic detected on these bracers?
Somebody detect magic.
Or is it just
so wyvern hide isn't itself magical, but if you can get enough to make like leather armor out of it, that armor has certain properties. I don't have it in front of me right now, but wyvern it's sort of like a cold iron or silver, as a material. Like it has some, it might have like some resistance or something, but yeah, this material is strong and nice. And even though it's covered in troll shit, like it's kept its quality. Like
the troll wiped his butt with him. Is that what we're...
No,
yeah. He's just, he just kind of gets his poop everywhere. That's what trolls do,
Okay.
You pop open this satchel, and inside is a bunch of stuff. First of all, there's several pounds of miscellaneous bits of broken armor and worthless junk. But aside from that, there's 30 silver pieces in this satchel, 12 gold pieces, a kukri made out of cold iron.
Cold iron.
There's a talisman in here, and there is a light hammer with a +1 rune on it.
Wow.
And I'll take an Arcana check on the talisman.
Not it.
Rolling fucking rocks today. That's a 25.
This is a Hunter's Bane talisman.
Wow. What's that do?
Look it up. I don't know what it does.
All right. Glad we could talk about that.
With this, Ikun kind of goes back and sits down on a rock. He's just exhausted.
Yeah, Mitch is going to sit next to him, kind of fist bump him before he sits down, and Mitch is going to sit and repair his shield.
Yeah.
That's smashed to pieces.
And Ikun looks around and says, What are you doing out here? Who are you?
We are the Knights of Zero. I'm just kidding.
Sirio, I guess Bashk and I'll kind of mosey on over. And really, before I start answering your questions, Ikundeu, I'm more concerned about this roving band of trolls and ogres and all this stuff. So, do you know if the troll we just took down, if he was alone or if he was with a group, or what do you know about that?
Ikun thinks for a moment, and he says that it's likely that this troll was cast out of the Reavers. They don't typically travel alone. As far as where the Gragglebeard Reavers are now, Ikun doesn't know, but it's his intent to find out. It's his mission.
Well, that's good to hear. And knowing that you're, I guess, kind of tracking the rest of these Gragglebeard fellows, we're just kind of exploring this area, trying to map it out and clear it of hostile enemies. So if you're all about that, we could certainly use your help.
Well, where are you from? Where did you come from?
Well, I'm from New Stetsvin, but we all met up in Rostov. Probably at this point, it's, I'd say 7 to 8 days ride to the east. So we're a bit far from home, but we're kind of out here exploring this untamed wilderness.
Do you have a settlement nearby?
We don't have a settlement, but we're kind of holed up at a trading post.
Oleg's.
Oh, yeah, you've heard of it? They call it Oleg's, but I think his wife kind of runs the show.
And he laughs too at that. He says, I will go there to recover and await your return. He just says this simply and stands up.
So we don't know if the roving band of murderous trolls and orcs are around us anywhere, or...
Kind of sounds like he was hinting that this is a solo kind of
like
just
a one-off.
Yeah.
Like this troll broke the code of conduct for the other trolls, and they kicked him out of the group.
Yeah, he was too violent for the Reavers. That's right.
He's probably like the weakest one.
Yeah, Ikun doesn't know why this one was kicked out, but he surmises that culturally with the Reavers, probably this one was found wanting for one reason or another and was rejected from the clan.
So I think Bashk would ask, have you been tracking this one? Did you just happen to stumble upon this one?
He motions to the dog.
The dog found
He
it.
can track.
Who's the good boy?
Ikundeo goes, dog is the good boy.
Very literal, this Ikundeo.
Yes, I like it.
The dog
dog's name is
life.
Dog.
Dog's name is Dog.
Dog's name is Dog. Ikundeo will tell you a little bit about himself. He originally is from Absalom. And
city boy.
City boy, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of a city guy, but he grew up more, not like in the affluent areas, and he's not a street urchin either. I mean, he had, I don't know, maybe by our standards, kind of a lower middle class upbringing, I suppose, but he's on his own now. Bashk, you sense sort of, I don't know if kindred is the right, but you sense that he carries kind of this loss.
Yeah.
Like you do, with his whole settlement, everyone he knew in his town being killed. You know?
So I think Bashk will take this opportunity to say I think Sirio kind of laid out like why we're out here, right? What we're doing. I don't know if you mentioned the charter intentionally,
I
left it out intentionally or not.
Left that piece out. But
okay.
I mean, if you want to go into it, you can.
Yeah, I just as a player, I noticed she did that. I didn't know if that was on purpose or not, so that's good. But yeah, so about pick up where Sirio left off and say, one of our primary goals out here is to deal with the Stag Lord. Are you familiar with the Stag Lord? Have you dealt with the Stag Lord? Is there anything you can tell us about the Stag Lord?
I know of the Stag Lord. The Stag Lord doesn't seek to destroy civilization in these lands. He wants to control it, profit. If the Reavers come to Oleg's, it won't exist the next day. I see the Reavers as a bigger challenge. The Stag Lord doesn't concern me.
All right.
Wow. Yeah, I think Mitch can see, like, from the fight we just got through and almost had our asses handed to us. If this guy's like a runt of the litter of trolls, that's kind of sobering.
We can't have a stable kingdom, society, settlement, whatever, if like fucking trolls and giants and ogres are running around roughshod. So yeah, It's a problem we're going to have to deal with.
I will go to Oleg's. I will recover, and I will continue my search.
Try the pie.
Does he want to take the troll fanny pack with him? Like, would that be useful?
I
for
will
him?
take the fanny pack.
All
yes.
right. I just
Well,
really
I
want to say troll fanny pack.
I think we should probably also ask him to alert everyone
Yeah.
that's at Oleg's of the other threat. Get the walls buffed up, get defenses.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, if we get back there and we bring it up, then they'll be like, "Oh, we didn't fucking tell you about the trolls and the giants." Like, I'm like, sorry, but like Oleg's strength was not gonna be there for the fucking trolls to tear down because we're gonna do it for them.
Yeah, no, they've, and you would have kind of been around them long enough to where you'd think they would have mentioned this if they'd known it. The vibe that you're getting from Ikundeo is that this is a tide that is rising from the south.
Right. They were working down south, and now they've come into the Greenbelt, stolen lands, that area, and is trying to kind of expand their reach and whatever brand of society that they happen to have. So,
yeah.
Okay.
And to be fair, there have been no, giant or troll or ogre sightings in stolen lands that you've been made aware of. And that said, you've only really been, in the Rossland hinterlands and the Greenbelt, but you can track this guy from the south. So
yeah,
you don't know really if they're here yet or not, but Ikun has only seen this troll so far.
About what time day is it?
Oh, you guys hadn't really set off, but more than an hour or two. Well, no, actually, just as you got into this hex, that's when this activated. So Ikun, I'd say it's probably 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm enfeebled, so all my questions to Ikundeu sounded really dumb. Like, he had a double take a couple times. Like, I'm probably just speaking like I normally speak. He's stammering all over himself and just leaving verbs out of his sentence and all sorts of crazy shit. So,
do you enjoy alcohol, Eruxy?
Smoking that Eruxy weed.
The Eruxy weed, which is different. Yeah, so Ikun looks like he's kind of getting ready to jet, but I suppose given the time of day, he'll probably camp with you tonight and then set off toward Oleg's in the morning. What do you guys do?
Yeah, I guess to that, since it's kind of getting late in the day, and I know Harrim is still kind of messed up from that fight. Is he taking care of himself, like healing up, or does he need any help with that?
He says, my tailbone was badly bruised during the fight. I cannot sit. It hurts to move. I hate this.
That's unfortunate, guy. Okay, yeah, so he's fine.
Right. Cool story, bro.
Yeah. Well, you asked.
So we're going to try to find a camping spot. Would y'all like me to try to find a camping spot?
Oh, you are the survival master.
I think so, yeah.
Ooh. Remind me.
Is it survival?
It's been so long. It is survival, yeah.
It is a survival check, and I have the DC chart in front of me.
Oh, fuck me.
No.
What you get?
Oh my God. I got a natural fucking 1.
Natural 1. Oh, no.
Donnie.
This is a great spot to camp, right by the dead troll.
Donnie. Not a good campsite.
No, not at all.
What's the total on that result?
It's an 11.
An 11. Oh, but it is a natural 1. It's an 11. Okay, so it's just a failure.
Hey.
Your campsite will work, but it's not the best. Campsite activities that require checks take a -2 penalty.
God damn.
Ouch.
Okay. You guys want to do some camping activities? Did you
Not
know
anymore.
that both Ikundeo and Harrim have camping activities that they can do?
Do they?
I just
That you
want
can learn?
I want to learn
Yeah.
Harim's camping activity, but first I want to sit in front of the fireplace
Relax.
and relax.
I just want to go
let's
back
have
to
the
the
whole-
fact that Bashk's family used to be camping guides, right?
They never
Were you the kid that didn't pay attention, or what's-
Absolutely, I was. I was the one that they would take me fishing, and suddenly I'd be out of the boat for no reason at all.
Smoking
I'd be
lizard folk
I'd be
weed.
smoking that lizard folk weed and fall out of the boat. But God damn it, Bashk. Yeah, well, I heard a lot of that.
Let's see here. Yeah, you guys all want to do an hour of relaxation?
Yeah, I think
Let
so.
me just
Plus
roll
one.
the encounter
Yes, that would help.
Dice. Oh, nothing happens as you all relax together. Ikundeo has a camping activity called Wilderness Survival. Ikundeo attempts to bolster efforts to cook campfire meals or treating illness by gathering herbs from the campsite's environs Any attempts to cook a meal or treat disease gain a +1 item bonus during this camping session. If the party is level 11 or higher, the bonus increases to +2. So there's no role associated with this. It's just that if he burns the time to engage in wilderness survival, he'll put this bonus on everybody.
That was a +1 to treating a disease, and we have somebody that has a disease, don't we?
Yeah, that
someone
could
that is
definitely
diseased.
help.
How awesome
It's
is
kind of
that?
your fault that you guys let an enfeebled Aruxi find your campsite. Like, that's kind of on you at this point.
That's valid. It's 100%
Victim
valid.
blaming going on. Yep. You know, we've talked a little bit about the learn companion ability activity. And it's what it really amounts to is a high DC perception check, which I don't really like. And so I'm making my first sort of change to these rules as they're written. I think that the observation of the activity should be a skill roll that's associated with that activity and not just a perception check. What do you guys think?
I agree with that.
I agree with that also.
Going back to like watching Valerie repair or, bonus armor and stuff, and like the fact I had to have a high perception when it's like I probably already knew what she was doing to learn that skill.
Yeah, you'd need. It makes sense to me that would have been a crafting check,
Right.
Yeah.
to try to learn how to craft the stuff that she was doing. Right.
Yeah.
So, as Ikundeo engages in this wilderness survival, those of you that wish to learn the wilderness survival activity from Ikun could take this time and accompany him with your own survival check.
Bash will do that. Seems like a good skill.
Dry will do that.
So Ikun looks at Dry Colme and the enfeebled Iruxi. It's like,
It's got glassy
come
eyes.
with me. Come with me out into the plains and the brush. Hey, I just met you.
And this is
And
crazy.
this is crazy, but let's do some wilderness survival together. It's the least I can do after you saved my life. Here, come, let's go.
He's very excited. That's good. He's showing some passion.
Yeah. His mustache is looking real good. He's kind of got the handlebar thing going on again with it.
Try studying him, every move.
Yeah.
His mustache or his
No, just
wilderness survival?
everything he's doing in the wilderness, and his probably sweet mustache.
Bashka
Because
is,
Dry probably can't grow one yet.
yeah, well, Bashka is fascinated with hair, period, because he's a lizard, so it's fucking weird to him, but it's, at the same time, it's fascinating.
Are you like the kid from Powder? You guys remember that?
Yeah. Vaguely, yes, vaguely.
Yeah.
We randomly wake up at night and Bash is combing our hair.
Oh my!
Never mind.
Pretty bird.
Well,
Pretty bird.
while you two are out with Ikundeo, I'm going to try to camouflage the campsite.
Oh, good call.
Ooh. Okay. And I suppose Mitch is crafting on the trolley.
Yeah, no,
What's
I'm sitting next to Harrim. I wanted to have a discussion with him.
Oh. Well, why don't we do that after let's get the survival checks from the two knuckleheads out in the brush with Ikun, and we'll go from there.
So, better result this time. I rolled a 25 on my survival.
There we go.
Whoa. What about Dry Colme?
I rolled a 25 also. I rolled a 19 with a 6 modifier.
Nice.
Wow. In addition to learning how to engage in wilderness survival from Ikundeo, you also earn an influence point with Ikun.
Nice.
As you have shown interest in taking part in his activity. So again, you can bolster efforts to cook campfire meals or treat illnesses. Attempts to cook meals and treat diseases each gain +1 item bonuses during this camping session. So that's a nice buff for... I guess some things you guys are going to have to do later tonight. Great. Let's get the roll from Sirio to camouflage the campsite.
All right, yeah. So this is about proper fire placement, making sure the smoke doesn't
Smell like crime.
yeah, because smoke does have different smells. So we'll do that, and reminding people to be quiet and shit. So this is a stealth roll. 15 plus 8, 23.
Nice.
That's a success. That lowers the encounter DC, right?
Yes. Your work helps hide your campsite from detection. Increase the encounter DC from your camp by 1. So, yeah.
Sure.
It makes
because I'm rolling it. Yeah, so it increases. Okay, cool. Wonderful. Okay. Harrim is kind of bustling around. He's getting ready to kind of do something kind of weird and occult like. As Mitch interrupts him.
Well, I would, yeah, I mean, kind of see what he's doing. I think I would pause and watch. I'd like to see if I can learn that, what he's doing.
Oh, Harrim was like, are you interested in Grotus?
I'm interested in all things occult.
Have your dreams made you welcome the end?
They've made me maybe not welcome the end, but know that the end is near.
It might be, yes.
Did you see anything when you went down today during battle? Did anything approach you?
All I felt was the embrace of Grotus. I thought I might be close, but I was pulled back to the living. My time is my time, and my time was not today.
You know, I thought you were dead. I almost made it your time.
Did you?
I hesitated long enough that Sirio took it upon himself to heal you. And at that point, I realized you weren't dead, and that I almost made a grave mistake.
Well, Grotus acted through you both then. Take it from me, Mitchell. There are things in this world that we can't explain. Some things that we can, but if you ascribe meaning to everything around you, then that's all you'll see and you'll become obsessed. Only think through the dreams that you have. Don't imagine the dreams in other people.
Mitch kind of just silently nods and soaks that in.
Now, join me. Here, come sit. Sit with me. Sit down. Cross your legs.
Mitch sits on his
Crisscross
lap.
applesauce. Come on.
Sit down on his lap.
No. Across from me. Raise your hands up like this. He holds his hands up, and he goes, I want you to look up at the moon. Chris, what does the moon look like tonight?
Oh, the moon? It's a half moon.
Look at the half moon up there.
Is the moon is the moon half full or half empty, Grotus? Or shit. Fuck that up. Fuck that whole bit up. God damn it.
Oh, man.
I'm not even there. Bashka's isn't even there. Just ignore me. Just go on. Just go on with your little fucking podcast and your game. Just pretend I'm not
Donnie
here.
is enfeebled too.
Donnie messed up and got mad at me. Harrim begins praying to Grotus in what I can only describe as a relatively intense manner. He's not quite speaking in tongues or anything like that, but he is just kind of going at it Grotus style, just really talking through the end, putting all trust in Grotus, reassuring Grotus that what Grotus says, when Grotus brings the end, everyone's going to be down with it and everything like that. Harrim's prayers to Grotus bring an air of gloom and solitude over the campsite. This causes the players to experience morose and somewhat unsettling dreams. While this occurs, it doesn't affect the quality of the rest. It does, however, help to make the campsite less attractive to predators or wandering monsters. When checking for wandering encounters during the night, including when made as part of camping, the flat check DC for the encounter is increased by an additional 2 points. This will stack with the campsite camouflaging. And as he does this, the moon up above, it's half moon, it still casts some light down, but you can visually see the moon shining down on the campsite. The shine of the moon dims. And Mitch, as he finishes his prayer, 10 to 15 minutes later, you find yourself in the darkest light at night in a half moon that you've ever been in.
Wow.
And the darkness just kind of closes around you. And again, you just feel this peacefulness, and you feel this desire to just give in to what Grotus might have planned for you. Huh. Is Mitch kind of taking to this, or are you...
He's feeling the comfort, I guess, the quote unquote comfort. But yeah, I think maybe with his headspace the way it is, this might be fairly fitting. I think that, he's had a lot of experiences with death in the past few weeks. So this is...
Well, what I will tell you is this, Mitch. If Grotus becomes a focus of worship for Mitch,
oh God,
Mitch could very likely reproduce this effect while camping.
Huh.
But if it's not his thing, it's not his thing.
Right. Okay.
Harrim finishes his worship as Dry and fucking
Bash?
and Ikundeo return to camp. And you experience this too, when you're out walking around, a couple football fields lengths away from the camp. The moon looks normal, but as you get near the camp, you're just shrouded in this darkness. And like the fire that's going right now, it's almost like a sepia filter is over the fire, and it's just this dulled color that doesn't give off that much light, but that it's still warmth. It still provides warmth, and you can cook from it and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I don't know about you guys, but after, and this was all kind of laid out in the book a little bit, but having kind of looked over that description, and as I'm saying it to you now, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little calmer all of a sudden. That's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's actually, really
cool.
Effect. And yeah, I just like the fact that it, like, I don't know, it almost like dulls everything. Like, I mean, Mitch is kind of at peace. Everybody's just kind of chill now. Does it give off like bad vibes? Is that why folks can't find, not bad vibes, but like, I don't know. Like, is it just the lack of light that keeps us hidden, or does it kind of give off a feeling?
Well, again, it's kind of this morose and unsettling feeling.
Okay.
But giving into it,
yeah,
as an occupant in here is like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But if you were maybe searching for this campsite, or if you kind of got nearby and you didn't understand what was going on, these feelings would make you turn and walk the other way.
Yeah, no, that's a really neat effect. I really like that. That's cool.
I think Mitchell could be grumpy all the time.
Huh?
I think Mitchell could be grumpy all the time.
Oh, if Mitchell became a follower of Grotus.
Wow.
Emo Mitch. He'd dye his hair black, put eyeliner on.
You guys want me to drive? Whatever, I guess.
I've always pictured Mitch with black hair. Is that?
Yeah, Mitch
does
has
he have
that,
black hair?
Yeah, close cropped black hair, black beard, close cropped again.
I think that resolves our second hour of camping activities. No encounter.
For the record, Dry's eating food out of his pack. He's not going to let the enfeebled lizard cook for him today.
So Bash at this point would say normally I would try to cook for here. We got about a 50% success rate. Sometimes it works out really well. Sometimes it makes everyone sick. But he looks at our new companion here and says, would you mind, given my current state, could you help prepare the meal, and perhaps I could learn something new from you from a culinary aspect.
Gundeo. What does he know how to make? Let me just see here.
What do you roll for cooking?
Survival.
Well, I'll
Or
cook dinner.
cooking lore.
I don't have cooking lore, but I have survival. I'll cook dinner.
If Ikun is going to cook, he knows how to make something called rice and nut pudding.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Which is a...
sounds delicious.
It does.
Yeah, it's a... let's see here.
It's a Bristle Hill favorite.
It was.
Not anymore.
The recipe was lost.
Rip.
So here's rice and nut pudding. Of course, it's 2 basic ingredients and 1 special per serving. And a properly cooked serving of rice and nut pudding requires a bit of understanding of the nature of arcane magic, because drawing upon this knowledge while the meal simmers not only improves the taste, but adds a little bit of extra focus for spellcasters of any tradition.
Wow.
On a success, the meal grants a +1 status bonus to Arcana checks made to identify magic and to learn a spell for the remainder of the camping session. And on a critical success, this bonus extends for the next 24 hours. On a critical failure, I don't know why I'm even reading this, the meal is filling, but its magical influence accidentally makes the eater more susceptible to certain magical effects, which are drawn to the eater, like iron filings to a magnet. The eater suffers a -1 status penalty to reflex saves against spells for the next 24 hours. This is a curse effect. And that is rice and nut pudding. He's going to try to cook it. Who's eating rice and nut pudding?
I'll give that a whirl.
Bash will do it.
Igundeo's like, watch my technique. And who's got the rice and who's got the nuts?
I've got rice.
Oh, you got rice. Okay, Mitchell, bring the rice over here. Put it in the pot. Who's got the nuts? Anyone? Who's got the nuts? Oh, I've got the nuts. Okay. And he opens it. Okay.
I just want to congratulate everyone that nobody took the bait.
Nope.
Nice job, everybody.
That's why I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word because it just
Nope.
I wouldn't have been able to do it.
We're on the ball with that.
We're 20 episodes in, and we're
no
so
pun
goddamn
intended.
mature.
I have rolled the check. Hey, Bash, make a cooking check to try to learn how to make rice and nut pudding.
Gotta do a survival check.
Yeah.
21 total.
You have learned how to make rice and nut pudding.
Hell yeah.
Level 2 meal.
Level 2
There
meal.
it is.
Awesome.
Ikundeo's like, enjoy. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Any other camping activities before we turn the clock?
I will take 10 minutes and repair Ikundeo's hammer that broke because of his shitty rolling.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. And your shield, too, I suppose.
Yeah. The shield I fixed while we were talking and chatting at the troll.
Wonderful.
Body.
Do I need to roll against my condition tonight or tomorrow during preparation?
So you'll roll after the night passes.
Okay.
But Harrim is able to do a treat disease check on you to give you a bonus.
Oh, good.
And that'll be the last thing that he does before going to sleep.
Great.
And I guess while they're cooking, I'll organize the watch.
Oh, the organize the watch. Okay. Harrim failed the treat disease check, so you're not going to get a bonus from that.
Chris, I'd like to take the second watch.
Well, isn't organize the watch a camping activity?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, sir, go for it.
All right. Perception check against the zone DC. I have a total of 17.
That's a pass.
Nice work.
All right.
What's the effect of that?
+1 to perception for the current shift on the watch.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't be a Debbie Downer, but Mike, you're deducting a point for all of our rolls on this, right? Because we're on a shitty campsite.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
Oh, that's a
DC for
16.
Rosalind Hinterlands is 15.
Oh, okay.
So that would still be a pass. But thank you for reminding me. Guess what? As you eat your meal, Ikundeo passed his cooking check to cook, what is it, rice and nut pudding?
Rice and nut.
Rice and nut pudding. So the meal grants a +1 status bonus to Arcana checks made to identify magic and learn a spell for the remainder of the camping session. Not that you guys are going to be doing any of that, but whatever. That's what he made. All right. Anybody want to do anything before we bed down for the night?
Who's got what watch?
Why don't I perform some D20 checks to determine whether I even care? 1 second.
I don't like how many you're rolling there.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit.
He just dumped out his whole bag. All right, they're all 20s.
The night passes without incident.
Fantastic.
Hooray.
You wake up in the morning. Let's just get Bashk's fort save just out of the way, Bashk-Trand. Why don't you just go for it, buddy?
Fortitude
I believe in you.
save, huh?
It's your fort save. You got to make that while you're enfeebled, I think,
Yep.
or whatever. I think that might affect your fort saves.
Can we pump him up with, like, happy thoughts?
Yeah.
Stroke his tail.
Total of 18.
Total of 18. Well, let me just look up the DC on Tick Fever, because that's going to be close.
Fingers crossed.
Divide
tick
by
fever.
8, minus 3, carry the 4.
So you got like pus pockets growing
Yeah,
out
does
of
it
you?
manifest in like you got
Yeah,
boils or what's going on there?
It doesn't
like-
differ with lizard folk. You guys don't.
Does your
you guys
eyes,
wouldn't
your
get it.
eyes leak? Do you have like green goo leaking out of your eye hole?
I don't know.
Maybe
all
boogers
those
constantly.
things.
Can you imagine
Eye
having eye boogers all the time like that?
My fingertips itch. It's really weird.
Remember, your uvula swelled up.
My
and
uvula
your
swelled
left
up. That's
hand was
right.
swollen.
My left hand was swollen larger than my other.
You
I
rolled an
think my
18?
left pupil was blown. I did roll an 18. Yes.
Was that an 18 with the enfeebled or without accounting for it?
It pulled
matter.
into it. Yeah.
You're feeling better.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
You have beaten Tick Fever,
Fuck yeah.
and Harrim takes full credit.
As he should. As he should.
As Grotus requested. Yes.
So Ikundeo, he nods friendly. Is that a word? He nods in a friendly manner at you all, and you see he and his dog setting off to the east to make his way to Oleg's trade post.
Yeah, and I guess before he heads out, I kind of mentioned to him, since we did gain some influence with him, Sirio is starting to trust him a little bit more, and he lets him know about the charter, not only are we here to kind of clear and civilize this area, we're also here to claim it.
I see. What form of government do you intend to implement?
Well, we haven't really talked about that a whole lot. We're still in the very early stages of clearing out monsters and making sure it's safe. Do you have any thoughts on the type of government you'd like to see, or the ones like how is Bristol Hill set up? Did that work?
Bristol Hill was a representative democracy.
It's awesome that we found a troll hunter that minored in political science. Who's out here to be like, no, let's go ahead and talk this through, guys. Let's talk.
There was a bicameral legislature, but
Well, those
not much got done.
Those have their place, but we're still open to suggestions. So it's good to have your input. Thank you.
You're welcome. He's a little more at ease, but again, he's just kind of that John Wick vibe. Just can't leave him. He wants to kill the Reavers. Like, that's his deal, right? But he's going to make his way to Oleg's at this point, and the five of you and your menagerie of remaining animals load yourself back up into the what is it? The whip.
The whip.
Yeah.
The trolley.
Whip.
The jolly
you guys
trolley.
are thinking of heading
we're gonna-
into the Greenbelt, I
Are
think.
we going to
right?
reconnoiter, or are we
reconnoiter.
going to continue on?
Did we send the two girls out to reconnoiter the north?
Yeah, they
northwest?
were
the
going north.
northern
Yes.
two hexes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, in fact, we might want to back this up, because you weren't going to reconnoiter this current hex either. Valerie, Lindsay, and Amiri were going to do these three.
Oh, right. We were on our way to the tip
That's
of the
right.
Greenbelt.
We were going into the Greenbelt.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess you probably don't reconnoiter it then. You
Yep.
just want to travel straight down into the Greenbelt.
Yep.
Cool.
Let's
That saves us a
Yeah,
day.
you're right.
Yep. Get into that Greenbelt and get some Greenbelting going.
All right, guys. Do we want to go west, or do we want to go southwest?
I say we just go west.
Yeah, I say we go west.
Straight
Yeah,
west.
let's just go west and just start at the edge and work our way in, searching a grid pattern.
Yep. 5x5. Reconnoitering.
All right. You travel into the forest.
Can the trolley get through the forest?
Yes, it can.
Okay.
Yeah, you're able to. I mean, it's slow going, but it's going to take you 2 days to reconnoiter this hex,
Yeah.
which is normal for a forest hex. But again, you're kind of thinking you want to find these slavers. You're on the lookout for these trolls. You're on the lookout for stag lord bandits. And, of course, you're looking for this temple as well.
There's a lot going on. A lot going
reconnoiter
on.
this forest hex?
Yeah,
Of course we do.
I think we do. Yeah, I think we just work our way slow but sure through this whole deal, right?
And not that we're going to act it out, but that's 2 nights of camping to reconnoiter.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just tracking crafting days.
Who would like to roll a dice?
Ooh, I would.
Oh, Bill. Good. Bill, I want you to roll a d6, but re-roll if you roll a 6.
Don't fuck this up, Bill.
Just keep rolling sixes.
I rolled a 1.
Sirio, Xavier, Sertova.
What do you got for me?
So, you guys are searching this hex over the course of 2 days, and on that second day of reconnoitering, you guys are kind of walking around outside of the trolley a little bit, trying to get things figured out here, getting this mapped. And, Sirio, you're walking there. You're walking there in your little shoes, your little sorcerer booties. I don't know what it is that you're wearing, but I'm hoping that what you're wearing is a hardy boot, because as you're walking, a concealed bear trap all of a sudden closes itself over your ankle.
Oh, no.
And the pain that you feel is debilitating as it snaps the bone of your ankle.
Ouch.
Damn. Are we all around him when this happens?
You're close enough to him
Yeah.
that he's able to signal to you easily that this has occurred.
Does he signal by screaming like a high-pitched girl?
Try that one again.
Does he signal like screaming like a little baby?
Chris, do you squeal like a baby?
No, it's No, it's more like a screaming girl. No.
God damn. Well,
You just can't win sometimes, Mike.
thank you, Chris. Thank you, Brad. Yeah, it's not a good deal. You guys all come running?
Yeah,
I do.
Carefully.
Bill, roll a D4
Shit.
and re-roll on a 4.
Who puts multiple bear traps in the same place?
2.
That's ridiculous.
Bashk, Trand, make a reflex save.
Somebody's
probably
probably bears.
A landmine from Brad over here somewhere, too.
Probably. Total of 19.
You're able to see this one now that you kind of know what to look for. Before it goes off, you're able to jump out of the way. You're about 20 feet from Sirio, and his foot, man, it looks wrong. This is a problem. What do you do? And take me inside Sirio's head right now.
That's kind of how it's going. So aside from the pain piece, just being held in place and not being able to, because I'm, spellcaster, like to be in the back ranks, run away from danger, not being able to move. That's probably more terrifying than the actual pain.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm frantically trying to like open it myself, to release my foot.
As the others are making their way over to you, try the athletics check to see if you can get it open.
Oh boy. Here we go. High rolls. Let's go.
Get you that 20.
Athletics, you say.
Yeah.
It's not even on my sheet. 15 plus 0.
You know what?
Heck yeah, that's a
you
good
are
roll.
able to work it open a little bit to release the pressure on your ankle.
Nice job.
And, you're holding it open with your strength. And as you pull the 2 bars back, just the blood that begins to run now that the wound is exposed is sickening to you. And, you decide for yourself whether you lose your breakfast or not. But if you're not vomiting, like, the urge is there. You know what I'm saying? The others are with you now. They're able to free you. And, of course, thank goodness we live in a situation with healing magic. And I suppose Harrim doesn't prepare heal, so
Of course he doesn't.
This
might be
frickin' guy.
Bashk or Sirio, or you're able to repair the ankle. But as I assume as you undo this harm, there's a mark that you're gonna have forever now. These 2 straight lines on either side, right on your ankle bone. It's
Was
bad.
this my left or right foot?
Oh, let me roll for that. That's interesting. It's your right foot.
Interesting. So I haven't gone into much detail, but most of Sirio's defining features are on his left. So having this mark on his right will be interesting.
Oh, interesting. This is kind of like a new period of his life. This new life in the Stolen Lands. Maybe now. I didn't know that about the left side of his body. You are in a trap-filled glade right now, and as the rest of you guys kind of get your bearings, you realize that there are 5 of these traps in this glade. They are concealed, and they look kind of like they're overkill for like catching animals and prey and things like that. These look dangerous, like way too dangerous to just be animal traps.
This isn't like poachers. This is humanoids trying to capture other humanoids.
Yeah, we're slavers.
Possibly, yeah. You're not sure, but you don't really see much else just initially. I will tell you that, Mitch, you could maybe disassemble these things for parts, or at least make them inert.
Yeah, I think I would like to do that.
What do you want to do?
I would like to disable all these traps. I think maybe off air or on air, Sirio or Chris had mentioned something about they're just indiscriminate. Like there's no target to these. So I would definitely disassemble them for parts.
Do we see any tracks or anything of like somebody that set these? Can we see which direction it is? Is there anything like that would give us a clue as to kind of, if we wanted to know more about these traps, where we might go?
Yeah. Make a survival check.
Total of 21.
It's decent. You see some attempts to conceal tracks leading out of this glade to the southwest.
Okay.
This hex is reconnoitered at this point, and other than this snare-filled glade, you don't see much else.
Well, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think our plan was to actually head southwest from here.
Yeah.
Right? Or we're going to try to work our way down and then back up. So
go west and then back east, and then southwest again. Zigzagger.
Yep.
Okay. Back in the trolley.
That's another 2 days, though.
So it was 3 days in the glade to get traveled and reconnoitered. You proceed southwest deeper into the forest, and during your first day of reconnoitering, you come across really what looks like another glade, similar to the one that Sirio triggered the trap in a few days before. Naturally, this puts you kind of on edge, but pretty soon you come to the realization that there might not be any immediate danger in this glade because you come upon what looks to be a triggered deadfall trap. Deadfall trap in this case being a spot on the ground that conceals a trigger. The trigger is connected to a bunch of concealed logs that fall from above, crushing the triggering creature below. This deadfall trap is triggered, and as you get closer, you see that there is a man pancaked below these logs that have fallen onto him.
Do we recognize the man? Have we seen this man?
You do not. This is not someone you've ever seen before. His features are pretty mangled by, again, this deadly trap. But you're kind of standing around, and you're pretty good at recognizing these bear traps. You see a couple of them kind of around here, too. What do you guys do?
So this guy's dead, right?
Oh, very.
He's very dead. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Looks like it's been a couple of days.
So I think the first thing Sirio wants to do is kind of see if he can find out if this guy has any kind of identifying marks or features, or I don't think people carry driver's licenses aside from Mitch for his trolley.
Right.
First one ever.
So yeah, I searched the guy.
Make a perception or a survival check to search around.
I will do perception. That is a 25.
You find his pack under some of this debris. As you open it up, you see 2 days of rations, a sleeping bag, a spool of cord, several strips of linen, and enough materials to craft 3 of these bear traps that you found yourself stepping into earlier this week.
That makes me curious if he got by his own, creations, or if this is, if this is a trap battle going on or something.
Or he was disassembling these traps, and
Right. Was he kind of doing what Mitch was doing, or is he the trap crafter?
Does he have any crafting tools on him?
Yes, he does. He does have tools to create this stuff, or again, to disassemble it, so it's not conclusive yet. But there's kind of more that Sirio sees as he's searching around. There's a stump of a tree a few feet from the dead body's outstretched arm, and sunk into that stump is a cold iron hatchet that is sharp to the touch. Next to the stump is a water skin with fresh water. And your perception check was high enough to identify one more thing. You notice a tiny, sharp tooth snagged in one of the ropes comprising the mechanism of this deadfall trap.
Can Bash roll a nature check to see if he recognizes that type of tooth?
Sure.
Roll a total of 14.
No. And in fact, it almost kind of looks supernatural to you. It doesn't look of this world. It's weird. It's too sharp, but almost kind of iridescent, and it's small. This is smaller than an arrowhead that we might find,
and it's
in our world.
And what is the tooth stuck in?
It's stuck in one of the ropes.
One of the ropes of the trap that fell on the
made
guy.
Up the trap mechanism. Yeah.
Okay.
Would an Arcana check if it looks magical? Would that be something?
Yeah, I think Bashk says this doesn't look natural and hands it over to Mitch.
That is the 22 adjusted.
The tooth to you looks like it comes from a fairy dragon.
Oh.
We're back in first world mode and Fey mode all of a sudden.
Guys, I got a fairy tooth. Fairy dragon tooth.
How much did the tooth fairy give you for a fairy tooth?
Gonna find out tonight.
You know what I think this guy's problem was? He couldn't handle the tooth.
God damn
You
it.
want me on that wall.
You
need me on that wall.
You want the tooth?
You want the tooth? You can't handle the tooth.
You could not handle the tooth.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So it was like this dragon trying to chew through the rope? I mean, maybe this...
I
Interesting.
mean,
There's a narrative
I have
here
a
that's-
feeling that this guy was setting traps, and the fairy dragon, I mean, obviously triggered this one on him, either to save other animals or who knows what. But I think this dead guy was setting the traps. That's just me. So I don't really need to put him on my list now because he's already gone.
Done taken care of. Huh.
Sometimes it just sorts itself out.
Sometimes things do sort themselves out. After reconnoitering this hex, nothing else really of interest. Another 3 days done on the clock. What's next for you guys?
I think we were talking before about heading to, to the southeast, kind of backtracking, which will put us kind of in the directly to the west of the Thorn River Bandit camp that we were already at. So it's all still virgin territory.
Kind of zigzag our way across, right? Yeah.
And you are able to travel into that hex without a lot of incident. And my assumption is you, again, begin searching and reconnoitering. And
Yeah.
I need either a perception or a survival check.
From everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Survival, you say?
Not even worth reporting.
28.
Oh,
It's better than me.
And Sirio got a 22 on the perception.
makes sense though. I mean, Dry did such a good job in the forest at the Bandit River camp that this would be kind of his
Yeah, he
favorite
knows what he's
terrain.
looking for. Yeah.
Dry, you could have missed it easily, if not maybe for the wind making the tree branches sort of weave back and forth, and patterns around you. But you see a glint of something sort of stone-like, glint, marble-like almost. And it causes you to stop walking and to look to the right. You cue the others around you, and you begin walking toward this different surface that you noticed. And just 100 feet away from you, a thick tangle of brambles all of a sudden gives way to a large clearing in the woods. Its border partially defined by ruined stone pillars. The western face of the clearing is dominated by a looming mass of rock, nearly 300 feet across and rising to a moss-topped height of 100 feet at the center. The side of the towering escarpment facing the clearing has been carved in the likeness of an immense elk, its antlers drooping down from its weathered face to frame a 50-foot wide cave entrance. The flight of stone steps leads up to this entrance from the forest clearing. The steps and the elk both seem quite old and are thickly encrusted with moss. Finally, a 50-foot-long oval pool in the middle of the clearing contains water, thick with algae. Like many ancient things in this forest, this temple appears overgrown and forgotten. Travelers apparently can easily bypass this area, but you guys have found it.
Jod's overgrown temple.
Yeah.
Elk Temple, boys.
Uh-oh. There's
There
a
it
map.
is.
Okay, let's move on to another hex to reconnoiter, please.
Let's go ahead and just mark this on the map that there's temple here.
We know it's there.
Forget
We'll go
about
back to Jod, let him know it's where it's at. And
Who's the
Call again.
cartographer?
Oh, dang, it is big. There's
Yeah.
a big old
Huge.
pool down here, and there are the steps.
Nice swimming pool.
It is a nice pool.
This is where the YMCA is going.
Young man.
So you
Our Kingdom of the YMCA gets its own hex in the forest.
Dude, I'm a member of the YMCA. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh, this is where the YMCA is going. You guys come down from the foresty circumference of this for long forgotten temple. The walls are obviously long gone. You just have the marble floor, the pool, steps leading up to this cave beyond. And as you're inspecting your surroundings, you notice that there is a figure shrouded in a purple hood, purple garments, standing atop the stairway. He himself kind of looking around. He's tall, almost a little too tall for how thin he is. He's kind of got this wiry frame. And he's got these golden hair locks kind of coming down from his purple hood that conceals himself. And it's obvious to you, even from this far away, that this guy is holding a holy symbol. As you watch this figure kind of placidly looking around, almost as if he himself didn't arrive here that long ago, all of a sudden you hear a roar as this gigantic, moss-covered bear comes out of this cave, lumbering toward the figure up at the top of the stairs, screaming, yelling, roaring as loud as it can. The echoes of the roar reverberate around the stone flooring and up into the forest beyond. This bear all of a sudden lunges at this figure. What do you do?
Can I get a little clarification? The icon for the bear has a top hat. Is this correct?
It's a very fancy bear.
Yes.
It's a very fancy bear.
Yes, I reused the circus bear from our Extinction Curse campaign. But I thought he looked pretty badass.
You there, bear.
Pardon me, sir.
Come talk to me.
Pardon me, governor.
Excuse me.
You know, I think you guys can think about what you want to do this week.
my God.
We'll come back to this next time, guys. Good game.
I think Sirio's going to pull out his popcorn and just going to watch what goes down here.
$10 a bear. $10 a bear.